Hi friends! Just wanted to say thank you for 300 subscribers. That's a lot of people. I've never had that many subscribers slash followers anywhere ever, so this is huge. We're starting the new year really well and I really appreciate all of you for supporting me and I hope you all have a great 2024. Let's start with the video now. Happy New Year 2024! It's gonna be a good year. I had a dream that it was gonna be a good year. I hope it's true. I hope I'm a psychic. So, my Twitter timeline gave me this amazing article by VGC and it says switch to likely to be your I can't read English. Switch to likely to be an iteration rather than a revolution, predicts analyst. And the article basically says that development kits are in the hands of developers and it says that the console could launch at $400, which I don't like, and there's a chance its games could adopt the $70 pricing of the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, which I also don't like. So let's talk about it. Those are the facts, allegedly. I don't know how articles work. Do they just lie? Do they just predict stuff? Do they analyze stuff? I don't know how it works. So let's talk about the next Nintendo console, whether it's a Switch 2, whether it's a Switch Pro, whether it's a Switch 2 Advanced 3DS U, whatever we're getting, allegedly is going to be 400 euros, which it's still cheaper than the PS5, although I paid 430 for my PS5. So I would appreciate the next Nintendo console to be 300 to 350. The OLED Switch is 350, but then again, the Wii was 150. The Wii was dirt cheap for how iconic it was. I'm willing to pay 400. I think my Animal Crossing Switch was 400 anyways, because it was a limited edition console with a game. So like, I did pay 400 for a Switch at some point. Actually, my first Switch was also around that price point because I got the Mario version with Odyssey, but Switch 2 will be 400 without a game. Unless they pack in a launch title, that's possible. Either way, I have money saved up for the next thing I'm ready to buy. Will it be my first console that I get day one? Is that my 2024 resolution? Possibly. I'm ready. I mean, I still play the Switch on the daily, especially now that I embarked on a quest to get all 63 Alchemists in Sword and Shield, so I literally play Sword and Shield every day on the Switch to do my dailies. Anyway, $400. Well, I won't be paying dollars, I will be paying euros. If we're treated like regular Europeans when it comes to video games, it will be 450 euros. I do not want to pay that much. I do not want to pay more for the Switch 2 than I did for the PS5. Next thing, it says $70 for first-party games. I was hoping that would not be a thing, but my hopes were not realistic because it will probably happen. Tears of the Kingdom was $70. I mean, in Europe, Breath of the Wild was too, so I was not surprised at Tears of the Kingdom being the same price. Why do I keep switching between euros and dollars? I should stick to just one. And the one that I should be sticking to is euros, because that's what I have. I live in Europe. Anyway, 70 euro games. Do I want that? No. Because there's also this thing, like, I would gladly pay 70 euros for Tears of the Kingdom, which I did because it's Tears of the Kingdom. I paid 70 for Breath of the Wild too, but I would not pay 70 for Super Mario Wonder. Not because it's bad, but because like it isn't as long. Like the developers definitely deserve $70. Here I am switching again. The developers definitely deserve 70 euros from me, but I don't have 70 euros for every single release. I like to save money, and Nintendo games, first party games, never go on sale. I managed to get PlayStation games on sale. I always buy PlayStation games on sale. But Nintendo fans aren't treated that well when it comes to prices. Nintendo Selects is over. There's no way to get Tears of the Kingdom for 20 euros like you could with Mario Galaxy. Even in the current Switch era, while the standard for first-party games is 60 euros, there are some first-party Nintendo games that aren't 60 euros. Some are 50, 40, for example, Metroid Prime Remastered, Captain Toad is cheaper, one of the remastered Pikmins is cheaper. Like, there are smaller first-party games that are cheaper than 60. So in the future, there will definitely be first-party Nintendo games that are cheaper than 70, but that's not going to be Mario, unfortunately. I'll be paying 70 euros for Mario Kart 9. Anyway, the final part of the article stuff says that apparently, allegedly, it's Switch 2 is likely to be an iteration rather than a revolution. What I gather from that is Switch 2 is going to be the Wii U to the Wii. That didn't make sense. Switch 2 is going to be to the Switch, what the Wii U was to the Wii. An upgrade? That's what I'm guessing. Because they hit a jackpot with the Switch. They're basically outselling everyone. So like, why would they go away from that? Because the Wii was successful. The Wii was really successful, so they tried doing more with the Wii U. The only problem with the Wii U was marketing. That's why they flopped, and it was really hard to develop for, allegedly. no third-party support and stuff. Switch has a lot of third-party support. The Switch is basically an indie game main console. So they could definitely do a Switch to Switch U, if you will, because they know what they're doing, I feel like this time. They learned from their Wii U mistake. So now they could do a Switch 2. That's what I want, backwards compatibility, and not just physical games, digital as well. Because I love the fact that on the PlayStation 5 I can play my PlayStation 4 games that I bought digitally. I thought they would be lost to my brother's PlayStation 4, but no, I still have access to them. So I'm hoping that the Switch 2 will have that, digital games, backwards compatibility, because I do want to play Mario Odyssey still after I retire my Switch. And I think one time I read somewhere that Nintendo are planning on upgrading their online structure with their accounts. Or maybe that was just somebody's hopes and wishes. Either way, they could do that. Like, take existing Nintendo accounts and don't make a new infrastructure for the new system like they did in the past, but take the Switch accounts and expand them to be multi-console. So you have the same account on your Switch and have the same account on the Switch too. Because the Wii U and the 3DS didn't have the Nintendo account. They had something called Nintendo Network ID account, which then, when the Switch came out, with Nintendo accounts, you could link them up, but that didn't do much besides just having the same password. No, not even the password was the same. I don't know what that was, but they should totally take the Nintendo account and keep the Nintendo accounts as a thing, and then take the digital games and the physical games and have them backwards compatible with the Switch U. I just called it Switch U, just normally. Wow, it's a thing now. That's really the only thing that I want from the Switch 2. Is backwards compatibility. Because I remember when I was a child, the only reason my mom got me 3DS was because it was backwards compatible with the DS, and same thing with the Wii U, backwards compatible with the Wii. So it would be a shame if they didn't do that. I'm guessing the Switch 2 will be really similar to the Switch 1, because the Switch is so popular, why would they do something different? So I'm guessing it would still have cartridges and not CDs because it's small. And unless they do a digital console, which I hope they don't, I still want physical games. Because 70 euros for a digital game is insane. Anyway, they do a physical console with the Switch cartridge slot, and then the Switch 2 cartridge is like the 3DS cartridge, you know, has a little extra notch so it doesn't go into the DS. That's what I'm hoping they'll do. That, yeah. And I guess they could fix the Joy-Con drift, like the new and improved Joy-Cons. You could totally implement that somewhere in there and avoid having to address the actual Joy-Con drift, which is what they're trying to do. That's what they've been doing, avoiding the Joy-Con issue. I personally never had issues, but many people have, so that means it's a thing. Just because I didn't experience it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. I'm not the main character. So yeah, I guess my main hope for the Switch 2 is that it doesn't flop like the Wii U. We don't need 13 million sales, because that would be embarrassing. And you don't need to be embarrassed for a second time, Nintendo. So like, do good. You can do well. Just get the marketing right. That's the most important thing, I guess. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts are and your hopes for the next Nintendo console. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye!